I did a film with Matthew Perry called Sarah, the hilarious Sarah. And we were walking to the set, and he goes, you know, that evil game sucks. I went, well, wait a second. First of all, stop right there. I didn't even know you played this game. He goes, yeah, I got the game. And so I keep talking, and I go, so did you get on the game? He goes, well, no. I went, well, that's interesting, Matthew. Maybe it's not the game that sucks. Maybe you suck. And he went into rehab the next day. So these games are very... This particular game, we have the introduction of a new character, Sam. And he's a little... And he's a demon. He's a deadite. So obviously Ash and Sam don't really eye to eye because Ash is 4 feet taller. But philosophically, they don't either, because one is and one is. But Sam is pretty handy because you can get that witty going, the good cop, bad cop. You're an no, you're an. So it's like 48 hours with a. Sam provides the opportunity for Ash not only to torment and him, is he can use him as a. Of like, you go in there, you're already dead. Get in there and. So he's a very handy tool for the gamer, because the solitary thing can get old after a while, because you got Ash walking around going, But at least now you can go, hey, Sam, what is that? Idiot. See how useful that was? I've even done a video game, a voice for a video game that never came out, because by the time we were done, it was a completely outmoded. They were like, we don't do that anymore. Bye. I went, well, that was a waste of recording, but you just do what you can. So hopefully this one will be delicious. Since the 25th anniversary of Evil Dead is coming up, which is at the same time, beautiful yet horrifying, the plan is to attempt some form of documentary of like. So there's, I think, going to be some fun clips of scream queens. They're soccer moms now. So, you know, Ellen Sandweiss, who was by a tree, her kids are, you know, kids going to school. It's kind of the fundamental difference between the series and, you know, there's only one good guy, and that's Ash. All the other heroes who have endured for some reason are the. Maybe it's time for Ash to kick their little butts. The rumor of Jason versus Freddy versus Ash is currently a one. That one's buzzing around the internet. It's tearing it up on the internet. And that rumor, I have to say, is... But you got to look at it this way. There's 3 franchises. So you got 3 batches of lawyers going... So right now they're sort of yelling at each other. Going, no, we're more. No, you better. We're the better franchise. I guess I could just say this. They're in right now. They're also trying to, you know, have peace in the Middle East too. You usually get a script about that thick for video games because you have to be so you have to record all the ways that you would in the event that you would die that way. So there's a lot stored up. So if you ever want to hear the really with these video games, just go into a corner and do something stupid for about 10 minutes, and you'll get. It's interesting. Regular voiceover sessions, you show up, you do your, you know, and then you're out of there. With video games, it's weird because you have to record that the gamer might never even. Like if he just goes up to and goes. Eventually, you know, Ash will say, I'm finally going to direct my first film, a tender love story called Man with the Screaming. You know, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. About a businessman who winds up being a for a horrible experiment over in Europe. So we're going to shoot that in Bulgaria. That's where they shoot now. Because New Zealand is full. They're done. So now we're in Bulgaria. We'll be in Bratislava next. I don't know. And in your backyard after that. The truth to the rumor of Evil 4. Well, the real trick there is to call Sam Raimi on the phone and convince him to do Evil 4 instead of 2. Well, that's a tough one. Sam, I hope you'll be able to make that decision. In the first, as you recall, I named the character. Without my character in the movie, without the ring announcer, that movie would have been called. Let's just get it out there. Okay? In part 2, I can't tell you much for legal reasons. My character. Sam, I didn't say any more. See? It's pretty good. He. Wow. Part 3, I become. Because Toby ain't gonna. You know, I bet you'd be some kind of knockout if you traded in the for that pushed up your yams. You know, I bet you'd be some kind of a knockout if you traded in the for that pushed up your tatas.